Hello,
On
everybody.
deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Patrick Mahomes now in his 3rd season in the league, leading the Chiefs onto the field. And boy, when the Chiefs traded starting quarterback Alex Smith before 2018, a lot of people were wondering how good Patrick Mahomes could be, and he showed the entire league how good he could be, racking up over 5,000 yards and tied for second most passing touchdowns in a season with 50. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Good start, sir.
Tyreek Hill.
What in the fuck?
His
It was
first
just like
touchdown
they
here of the new
learned in
campaign.
seconds.
As his guys are
What
able
in
to
the
strike first
fuck's
here in this
name?
opening quarter.
Dude, that was like literally the second.
Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. That, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
That was fucking insane. What the fuck?
First down, Brissett. And that is incomplete.
Come on,
he couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brissett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him play that time for the Raiders. 55 yards. That pass was heavily defended on third down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the area we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Doug Martin, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. We'll go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. Right? You give up an early touchdown like that, you just know, you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has one touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes, the Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now third down throw and misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Raider Giants will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. Oh, that's just not fair. And now underrun. Give him a gain of 38.
Couldn't run that long.
They force him into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Now their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out.
Maybe he slowed it down. He was like, I can't, I'm out. Fuck yeah.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Brissett. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. They get a lot to deal with.
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Smash that right, smash that right. They did that too.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City
What's going
offense
on
now
on
as
my
they
phone?
get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
We're doing so.
They've got to look at that play sheet
right now.
and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Mahomes going to throw. Incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Ball on the 30 is open on second and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 19 carries, 65 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Cameron. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Damn. Beautiful. Intercepted, Jaime. Intercepted, Jabroni.
To get this drive started. Their last two drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. So right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. Brissett sets to throw it.
Oh, my God.
Got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad.
Let's go. Let's go,
Raider 17 yards.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Brissett now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Solid.
This is going to be caught. Give him the first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
Sonic 4? What do you mean Sonic 4? There's going to be a Sonic 4 movie or
back there for the tackle for loss. That was a
Fill me in. It's hella windy today. Is it windy over there in St. Louis? It's in Fresno. It's fucking windy.
That's what we just saw, isn't it?
I just hear and a bunch of leaves scattering everywhere. Yes, sir. I say yes, sir.
Now on second and 13. Brissett.
Touchdown, baby. Motherfucking down.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Smash that light. I like the bell.
Following scoring the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded at the 6.
Oh, my God.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game.
Oh,
Everyone has to come together.
Yeah.
Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelsey on the ground.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing quickly, Mahomes gives this out to Watkins. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular. And that is caught by Watkins for a cheap touchdown.
Should have known better.
Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom,
Beer me, I man.
and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And an update from a game going on out in Denver. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in this stage of the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. These 5th-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit goal.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter right away, but we've seen so many times 5th, 6th, 7th, undrafted free agents who come in and make their way, and in a big way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Brissett now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you. You're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his right. Caught by Wilson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards the pickup there. Wilson gives Oakland a veteran option at tight end. Remember, they had Jared Cook last year. He's now in New Orleans. But Wilson, 5 years in Seattle, then 1 in Detroit before the native of Windsor, Canada, signed with Oakland back in March. Brissett on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense,
Travis Kelce. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. The man down here following the kickoff. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get in the field.
And that's caught inside the 35.
He's going for it.
His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to regain the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. It's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
That was perfect, beautiful.
Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here.
¿Qué más quieres, cabrón? Mira,
shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Carlson up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Come on.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete.
1 second left.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half,
Flop.
they'll call the timeout.
Damn, this motherfucker.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes.
Woo, intercepted that shit, buddy. Bad line.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Broncos who are out in front. Joe Flacco with 2 touchdown passes there. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. 35-10 was the final. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And that one, compelling, as evidenced by that scoreline. In our game is Jacoby Brissett, who's led the way on offense in the first half. He's thrown for nearly 300 yards already as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10.
Trying to get a drink, dude.
He's scared.
49, check 49, check 49.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on. Check, 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 check. 36.
On the draw, Richard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Easy work. It's easy work.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. And he locates Luke Wilson. And this was set up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Kill, kill, kill.
Kill.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, Martin. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third and short yardage, Brissett. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about this, get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Oh my God.
Goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
That's for trying to get a drink. That's for trying to get a drink, guys. Jeez.
So with the missed PAT in his rear view mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
I just checked
Fielded
the
about a
bottle
yard deep.
earlier.
He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us.
Okay.
And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 31, Mahomes. It's Williams on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. This one out quickly to Watkins.
I went like,
A gain of 6
have a
there
fun.
for
I'll
first.
check on him. Being a bang there. Try one time.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And again, it's Mahomes. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he is all the way across the 25. On fumbles, you look at the guy who popped it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to
Don't be afraid to comment. Leave comments in the chat. We're live. Leave
creating
comments.
something good for your team.
Comments down below.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full protect mode. You want to make sure you're running, control it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has.
He can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Brissett. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Watch out for Hill on the return. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
That was
Chiefs offense is set to begin this drive, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field, and they come away with nothing. That's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Mahomes now on 1st down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Off the draw, here's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection.
No dice, baby.
You want to run
No
any
dice.
type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Damn.
Damian Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back on the field to take over. They have the lead obviously late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone
Go
loves to have a
Casey,
little bit of a
bro.
cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They're good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Back-to-back game.
I'd say they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball and keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 7. They're able to locate Wilson. 21 yards there on third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
We're set now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs.
Gosh
darn
it,
no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Throwing on second down. Brissett. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Brissett. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made.
Time out real quick. You gotta change jugadores real quick. Una chinga. What? I forget. Oh my god. He's a fallback too.
The Chiefs' 22-yard line. On 1st down, Richard. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Brissett. Got an open man. It's Aitman. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal now as they look for that final dagger. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Brissett.
Oh my God, he fucking had it, dude. Come on.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for
Come
quite a
on,
while.
fella.
Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this
Come
stage
on,
after
little
this
fella.
drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
I went for the big ball.
Big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, let a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out
Chris,
on the
don't
field,
throw an
so guess what? You
interception.
can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Yeah, infamous for interception there. Yeah. So far, I only had one.
After the made field goal,
Yeah, it was in
Carlson
this
now
game.
sets up to kick this away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 9. 1:47 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on.
Now Mahomes. And that's complete. It's Ellington. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Williams.
Good first down,
He'll get
man.
up to the 43-yard
Nice
line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. It's complete to Williams. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth
Oh,
quarter.
señorito. Green, green. Blue, blue. Purple, purple. Purple, purple.
To throw is
Pop pass,
Mahomes.
buddy.
He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15.
No
A
way.
gain there of 30
No.
millions.
Fucking way. I can't check. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It
Even
certainly
if they
is, and
go
I'm
for
over here
two
just
and do
marveling
this
at what I'm
stuff,
seeing.
but,
It's tough for you, though. You got to
you know,
call
bravo.
all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each
No
other.
way, ready to
So
lead
after the
KC.
big play,
Yes,
look
sir.
at this, all the way
Red
down
leader.
at the
We're
15
leading.
now on 1st and 10.
They're fucking smoking themselves.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
Oh my God, out of bounds.
But it's incomplete.
It's outside.
Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely up to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass here now is
Even if they
second
get a
and
first down.
10.
And go for two.
Back to throw, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their
Wait,
timeouts
wait.
as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Hit that like button though. Actually, digging what you're seeing.
Mahomes to throw once more.
Oh, no way. No, he's not it. He's not it. He's not it. That's it. Game fucking over, mijo. That's it. That's fucking gold.
Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're
Hit
going to
that like,
fix
subscribe,
them,
not subscribe.
and continue to get better
So you
at
can
what
see
they
more
do.
games
But they also need a
coming
little
out
adjustment with their
to
confidence. To give up that many
to the
points,
phone or
even if
TV
you win
near
a
you.
game, that can hurt you.
Damn, 1 yard rushing yards for
They
KC.
use the favorable early
So
schedule to their
minor.
advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
That's all I got for
Meanwhile, for the
yesterday,
Chiefs, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next
Let's
week.
see the stats. Let's check out the stats. But
And for Charles Davis and our
For sure
entire
break
crew
it
here at
down.
EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
holy shit, man. Alright, man. I'm out and about like this. Yes.